The next step in this process is to show you how to have students turn in the work that they've completed. This is the reason that you made an assignment folder with this home piece of paper for each student, because this allows you to collect and hand out work for each student and have their names automatically placed in the form. Also inside of this KB meme project folder, we've got a separate folder again, because in this assignment folder you only want Google documents that have the name of the students on them. So you keep the other stuff separate in this folder, and we'll go to the turn in form. And we'll pretend that these aren't here and walk you through the steps. To add on the docAppender tool that you need to place student names in here, and then to collect their work and put it back in to their assignment homepage that you handed out to them. So you click on this, and for me, docAppender, which is an add-on to your form tool, is already there. If you don't have it, you can go to Add-Ons and search for docAppender, and you'll select that and click Get. So I've already got it. And what it will want to know from you is what folder has the names that you want placed into the form. So you select the target folder, and it's the one that just has the name that you gave the assignment, and we'll select that. And then next. You always have to click Refresh List before the question shows up. We'll select Name, because that's the information we want pulled out of the folder and placed into this form. So then you can see that those have been placed there, and that was blank when we started. So the information we want collected, you may or may not want to collect the timestamp information. This is the date that kids put into the form. I'm not sure why that isn't showing up. We want to collect this and this as well. Also down here, an important step is how you want the feedback to look once you collect it from the kids. There are 3 different ways, and depending on what you like to see, you can choose either one of these. I'll show you quickly what these look like. So if we choose separate bulleted lists and turned in the form, and this is what it looks like. If you don't like the way the bulleted lists looks, you can go back in, change it, save the changes to the other format. This is what the first one looks like. This is your second option. Still get the same information, just maybe in a way that looks a little bit easier on the eye. And finally, we can look at the last one, last style that it could be turned in as. So we've got 3 different looks: bulleted lists, vertical table, and horizontal table. You can choose which one looks best to you. Again, we're back at the editable version of the turn-in form. And since we're done with docAppender and setting it up on this form, we can just close that sidebar. It still is active. We just don't need it up anymore. And you can see right here it also collects the responses. It shows you that they've only collected the assignment for one student. Kevin Bailey has not turned this assignment in yet. It shows all of the dates, so all of them were turned in September of 2016, just on different days. All of them were turning in part 1, and these are the different addresses they were turned, or the links that those students turned in, which was part 1 for them. There's another way to look at this. You can choose to create a spreadsheet by clicking on that. It fills in the name for you, and then we'll create it, and that will pop open. And this just gives you another way to look at how they're turning in the assignment. Again, you've got the assignment home page. It has it all right here, and that's for each individual student. And then you've also got the turn-in page that was created by the form. And again, it's got the name for each student, and you can quickly go to the links and grade those. We already discussed the creation of these documents in this project or assignment folder. And now we're going to talk about one of the most important ways to use this one so that it can organize things and send it out to the other ones. So this is the project home Google Sheet, and you need to get an add-on. Doctopus is already here for me. If you don't have it, click on Get Add-Ons, and you would search for Doctopus. And then click that, and they'll take you through the steps to add it into your add-ons. So once it's there, so you want to use Doctopus to ingest a Google Classroom assignment. The class we want is this one. And we want the KB meme assignment. So they found in that folder 2 assignments. And right now down here you see that instead of just having sheet 1, it's starting to bring in those pieces of paper that you handed out as the project homepage. Now we want to attach the rubric. And if you couldn't find it right there, you could just look in your drive and find it. You can make that viewable to students. You can allow other students to use it, and you can also email them about it. We're not going to do, we'll do that one. And now it has created rubric scores as a separate sheet. We'll look at that in just a moment. And for now, we are pretty much done. But say you had a much bigger class, and most of them have not clicked on the assignment home Google Doc yet. You wait a day or two, and then click Look for New Submissions, and it will ingest all of the pieces of paper that the kids have finally opened up. So if we look at, this is the page we're on now. Sheet 1 was the starting blank page that we had. You can move that to the end. And this will be sort of the home page. And if you want to use the rubric to score the student's work, you would click that link, and it's going to load the rubric up here. And it's got all the categories that you created, and it shows you the student's paper. And you can, because they've now got the links that they turned in for this assignment, you could open up the link and have that, you could have that open, say, in this tab. You could look at what they've done, come back to the rubric, and give them a score. Then you can type in some comments. You can email those scores to the student if you would like. And when you are done with that, you click Submit. And it sends that information to each student's assignment homepage that you sent to them. And then once you've submitted, let's go back here and click Submit. And then you can see that this student got these grades. And it's a really nice organized way to handle grading of student work using Classroom.